What if your first period didn't just ruin your favorite pants, but murdered your entire family? Welcome to Gen V, where superpowers are curse wrapped in college brochures and Instagram likes. This premiere doesn't mess around. It serves up trauma, corruption, and literal blood explosions. And that's just the first 10 minutes. Let's break down the most twisted superhero origin story you've ever seen. Picture this. Young Marie Moreau is just a regular kid until puberty hits like a freight train of death. She gets her first period, doesn't understand what's happening, and her power manifests in the worst possible way. The blood starts floating. Her terrified mom bursts in to help, and that floating blood slices her throat open. Dad rushes in, Marie screams in pure terror, and boom, blood explosion that kills him too. Her little sister finds both parents dead in a bathroom that looks like a slaughterhouse. This isn't just an origin story. It's psychological warfare. Imagine being Marie, knowing that your most natural biological function turned you into a family annihilator. The show doesn't let you forget this moment because Marie never will. Fast forward 8 years. Marie's living in a group home, practicing blood control like she's training for the Olympics of guilt. Every precise movement is her trying to master the thing that destroyed her world. She's obsessed with Godolkin University. Think Harvard for superheroes, where kids learn to be the next generation of the Seven. When her acceptance letter arrives, it's not celebration, it's desperation. This is her shot at becoming the hero she couldn't be for her parents. But here's the first red flag. While Marie's getting accepted, we see another super being dragged away by authorities. Not everyone with powers gets a golden ticket. Marie meets her roommate Emma, a bubbly influencer who can shrink down to Ant-Man size and treats her powers like content creation. Emma's everything Marie isn't. Social media savvy, optimistic, and dangerously naive about what this place really is. They watch Luke Reardon, Golden Boy, compete in the arena. He's number one. He's got fire powers. He's dating the popular girl Cate, and he's absolutely brutal. During his match, he doesn't just win. He rips his opponent's arms clean off while the crowd cheers. Marie came here dreaming of arena glory, but watching Luke's violence makes her realize something horrifying. Being a hero here might mean becoming a monster. Meanwhile, Luke's having visions of his brother Sam trapped in mysterious woods, begging for help. The Golden Boy is cracking, but nobody sees it. Marie gets rejected from crime fighting class, basically told she's not good enough for the real hero track. But when she uses her powers to stop a runaway student who's screaming about not going back to the woods, she shows her true character. Emma convinces Marie to party with the popular kids. At the club, everything seems perfect until Andre shows off his magnetic powers by turning a coin into a metal bird. Someone bumps him. The bird goes off course and slices a woman's throat open. Chaos erupts, blood spraying everywhere. Everyone runs except Marie. She has flashbacks to her parents' death, but forces herself to act, using her blood powers to save the woman's life. The whole club films her heroic moment. She's finally a hero, or so she thinks. The next morning, Marie gets called to Professor Brink's office. Despite saving someone's life, she's being expelled and blamed for the incident. The popular kids? They face zero consequences because the university protects its investments. This is the system's true face. Marie is expendable, Luke and friends are valuable. Justice doesn't matter. Only protecting the brand matters. Marie's dreams crumble. She blames Emma. Their friendship shatters, and she decides to confront Brink one final time. But Luke's visions are getting worse. He keeps seeing his brother Sam in those mysterious woods, and the pressure is breaking him completely. Marie storms into Brink's office and finds Luke literally on fire, hugging the professor to death. The Golden Boy has snapped. All that pressure, those haunting visions of his brother, the weight of being perfect, it destroyed him. Luke doesn't trust Marie to keep quiet, so he hunts her through the building while engulfed in flames. Jordan tries to protect her. Andre tries to calm Luke down, but the damage is done. Luke takes to the sky above campus, hovering like a burning angel, and then explodes in midair. Blood and flesh rain down on the entire student body. The number one student, the pride of Godolkin University, just committed suicide rather than continue living in this system. So what's Gen V really about? It's about a system that takes traumatized kids with incredible power and either molds them into perfect weapons or discards them entirely. Marie killed her parents by accident and spent 8 years trying to become worthy of redemption. Luke was a perfect student, and it literally burned him alive from the inside. The real horror isn't the blood explosions or ripped-off arms. It's realizing that Godolkin University doesn't create heroes. It creates broken people in costumes. And when they can't handle the pressure, the system lets them destroy themselves. What happened to Luke's brother Sam? What are those woods? And can Marie survive in a place designed to break people like her? Drop your theories in the comments. Hit that like button. If this recap blew your mind like Luke blew up campus, what happens when your best friend explodes in the sky and suddenly you're the hero everyone's talking about? Welcome back to Gen V, where Luke's fiery suicide has left Godolkin University scrambling for damage control. Episode 2 doesn't let you breathe. It throws Marie into the spotlight she never wanted while dark secrets bubble beneath the surface. This is first day, and trust me, nobody's having a good one. The episode opens with Luke's friend standing at ground zero, staring at the bloodstain where their golden boy literally rained down on campus. But here's where it gets twisted. While they're mourning, Vaught's PR machine is already spinning the story. Ashley and the corporate vultures craft a beautiful lie. Luke died heroically stopping a terrorist attack. They erase Professor Brink's murder. They erase Luke's breakdown. And they paint Marie as the freshman hero who stepped up when tragedy struck. The truth? Luke killed his mentor and exploded from psychological pressure. The official story? Luke saved lives, and Marie's the brave new face of Godolkin University. This is how the system works. Death becomes marketing, trauma becomes brand management, and grieving students become props in a corporate narrative. Marie wakes up to find herself thrust into the top 10 rankings, the first freshman ever to achieve this honor. Sounds amazing, right? Wrong. She's getting interviewed on live television, with reporters asking about her heroic actions during the terrorist attack. Marie knows the truth, but she's trapped in this lie that's supposedly honoring her. The worst part? She has to smile and play along while her guilt eats her alive. She couldn't save Luke. She couldn't stop the real tragedy. But now she's being celebrated for surviving it. Dean Indira Shetty takes Marie under her wing, offering guidance and mentorship. On the surface, Shetty seems caring and supportive, but there's something calculating in her eyes, like she's studying Marie rather than helping her. Meanwhile, Marie learns something devastating. Vought contacted her sister Annabeth, the only family she has left, and Annabeth wants nothing to do with her. The system gives Marie fame, but takes away the only relationship that matters. While Marie is dealing with unwanted fame, Emma's struggling with her own demon. She's in acting class, being ignored and treated like she's invisible, which is ironic for someone whose power literally makes her shrink. Enter Justine Garcia, a classmate who seems friendly and supportive. She partners with Emma when others won't, listens to her problems, and becomes a friend Emma desperately needs. But here's where trust becomes poison. Emma opens up about her eating disorder, how she has to throw up to shrink, how her powers are literally tied to her trauma around food and body image. It's the most vulnerable thing she could share. Justine seems understanding, even supportive. Emma finally feels like someone gets her struggle. Then Justine betrays her in the cruelest way possible. She posts Emma's secret online, exposing her eating disorder to the entire internet. Emma's most private pain becomes public humiliation. The confrontation is brutal. Emma's rage isn't just about betrayal. It's about having her trauma weaponized against her by someone she trusted. Andre and Cate refuse to accept the official story about Luke's death. They know their friend, and they know something drove him to madness. Andre is consumed by guilt. He was Luke's best friend, and he missed all the signs. How do you live with yourself when your closest friend explodes in front of you, and you never saw it coming? Cate's approach is more strategic. She starts digging through Luke's belongings, looking for clues about what haunted him. Her mind control powers make people forget she was ever there, the perfect ability for an investigation. They find something that changes everything. A secret recording that reveals Luke's visions of his brother Sam weren't hallucinations. Sam is real, he's alive, and he's being held in a hidden facility called the Woods. This isn't just about Luke anymore. It's about a conspiracy that goes to the heart of Godolkin University. Students aren't just being educated here. Some are being imprisoned. During her televised interview, Marie faces an impossible choice. The interviewer asks about other students who might have been involved in the incident. Marie knows Jordan tried to help Luke, tried to calm him down before the explosion. She could tell the truth and drag Jordan into this nightmare, or she could lie to protect them. She chooses to lie, withholding Jordan's involvement. But this lie comes at a cost. The interview makes Marie a star, but every word feels like glass in her mouth. She's becoming the face of something she never wanted to represent. Andre breaks away from Cate to search Professor Brink's office alone. Using his magnetic powers, he manipulates locks and security systems, turning his abilities into tools for uncovering truth. What he finds in Brink's files is horrifying: documents about the woods, records of students who disappeared, and evidence that professors are complicit in these disappearances. Brink wasn't just Luke's mentor. He was part of the system that drove Luke insane. The man Luke killed in desperation was one of his tormentors. But Andre's investigation attracts attention. Campus security is closing in, and he realizes he stumbled onto something much bigger and more dangerous than he imagined. Just when capture seems inevitable, Cate arrives to save him. She uses her mind control powers on the security guards, making them forget they ever saw Andre. Cate's rescue of Andre comes at a terrible price. She's been overusing her mind control powers throughout the episode, erasing memories, manipulating people, pushing her abilities beyond their limits. The human brain isn't meant to control other minds constantly. Every time Cate uses her power, it takes a toll on her own mental state. As she and Andre make their escape, the strain finally breaks her. She collapses in Andre's arms, having a full seizure from the neurological damage she's inflicted on herself. Andre holds her, watching the person who just saved him convulsing from the effort. It's a brutal reminder that every power comes at a cost, and heroism often means destroying yourself to save others. The episode ends with Andre cradling an unconscious Cate, both of them knowing they've discovered something that could get them killed, and that Cate might have permanently damaged herself to uncover it. So what's First Day really about? It's about how institutions weaponize tragedy for their own benefit. Luke's suicide becomes a terrorist attack. Marie's trauma becomes a marketing campaign. Emma's eating disorder becomes content for public consumption. Students disappearing becomes business as usual. Godolkin University doesn't just cover up scandals, it transforms them into opportunity. Every tragedy becomes a chance to create new heroes, new narratives, new ways to maintain control. Marie's in the top 10 now, but at what cost? She's trapped in a lie, isolated from her family, and surrounded by people who see her as a symbol rather than a person. The woods are real, Sam is alive, and the conspiracy goes deeper than anyone imagined. But investigating the truth might cost Cate her sanity and put everyone in mortal danger. Next episode, we'll see how far this rabbit hole really goes, and whether our heroes can survive learning the truth about the place they call school. Drop your theories about what's happening in the woods, and let me know if you think Marie can stay true to herself while playing Vaught's game. Because in Gen V, the first day is never really over. It's just the beginning of a much longer nightmare. Drop your theories in the comments. Hit that like button if this recap blew your mind like Luke blew up campus. And I'll see you next time as we dive deeper into this beautifully twisted nightmare. Because in Gen V, the real monsters aren't the ones with powers, they're the ones running the school. Imagine your deepest, darkest secret isn't just a bad memory, but a living, breathing weight on your soul. What happens when the one person who truly understands you is trapped in a hidden facility, and getting to them means tearing down the very system you're supposed to be a part of? Episode 3 of Gen V isn't just about secrets. It's about the breaking point, the moment the good kids finally decide to break bad. The episode starts with a jolt, right into the middle of a nightmare. We're with Cate as she sees Luke and herself going into a cell to find his missing brother, Sam. Luke tries to calm Sam down, but a guard shows up and shoots Sam, sending him into a rampage. Cate uses her push power on Sam, forcing him into a peaceful state. But then she wakes up. It was all a dream. She's lying in bed next to Andre. They talk about what happened, and it's clear they're getting closer. Andre wants to go save Sam, but Cate is terrified. Her nightmare showed her exactly how dangerous that is. She reminds him that Luke is dead because of this, and the last thing she wants is for Andre to end up the same way. In this quiet, vulnerable moment, they admit to each other that they have feelings. Meanwhile, Marie hears a tiny voice calling out her name. It's Emma, who has shrunk down to the size of a doll. Marie has to feed her a bunch of food just to get her back to normal size. Marie tries to talk some sense into Emma, telling her that self-purging just to get tiny is incredibly unhealthy. But Emma defends herself. It's a part of her power. She says it's no different than how Marie has to hurt herself to draw blood for her own abilities. This comparison cuts deep, and the two friends have a massive argument. putting a serious strain on their friendship. The next day, the PR spin begins. Marie gets invited to a fancy fundraiser by Indira, the dean of the school. Indira acts sympathetic about Marie's messed up interview, but it feels less like empathy and more like a PR move. She wants Marie to play her part. Across campus, the media training students are watching clips of Marie. We see Polarity, Andre's dad, completely dismiss Marie's potential. He tells his son to step up and be the star, inviting Andre to the same fundraiser. Andre tries to ask his dad for advice on using his powers for good, but his dad just brushes him off, completely focused on the image. Speaking of parents, Emma's mom shows up to campus. After another student named Justine apologizes for outing her shrinking secret online, Emma's mom tells her she's seen the viral videos. She wants to use Emma's powers for a new reality TV show, and she also wants her to come to the fundraiser. Emma is clearly overwhelmed by her mother's expectations. At the fundraiser, the students are all dressed up and trying to make a good impression, but the tension is thick. Marie tries to apologize to Cate for their earlier argument, but Cate snaps at her, accusing her of talking about her on camera. Marie walks away, and we see a flashback of Cate trying to calm a panicked Luke down after a violent episode. We then get a peek into Jordan's life. We see them sleeping with another student, but when their parents show up unexpectedly, Jordan quickly sends a guy away, then transitions from a woman back into a man to greet them. It's a moment that shows us just how much Jordan has to switch between who they are and who their parents want them to be. As the night goes on, the students start to realize the fundraiser is more about image than about celebrating heroes. Indira warns Marie that this is a ruthless fight for the #1 spot, and Emma's mother introduces her to a TV producer who wants to cast her in a reality show. But Emma realizes it's not about being a hero, it's about being a sympathetic victim. It's a role she has no interest in playing. Feeling completely isolated and overwhelmed, Emma heads to the bathroom. Marie follows her. Despite their fight, Emma compliments Marie's dress. Marie admits she doesn't know how to pee in it, and Emma helps her out. It's a small, funny moment that breaks the ice, and the two friends hug and apologize, finally putting their fight behind them. When they get back, Emma tries to talk to her mother and the producer about making the show more inspirational, but her mom shuts her down immediately. Fed up, Emma walks out. Andre follows and tells her about his plan to sneak into the underground facility to rescue Sam. She agrees instantly. Jordan, meanwhile, is in an argument with her parents, who are still unhappy with who they've become. It's a painful conversation that shows just how much pressure kids are under to be perfect. Andre takes Emma to a secluded bunker, and she shrinks down to her small size. He gives her a GPS tag and tells her the plan. She'll slip under the doors and enter the facility to find Sam. Emma bravely agrees, and we watch as she disappears under the gap in the door into the asylum. The fundraiser is still going on. A short tribute to the late Professor Brink plays, but Andre is distracted, worried, sick about Emma. His dad, Polarity, sees that he's not paying attention and confronts him. Andre, panicking, lets slip that he knows about the underground hospital. Polarity is shocked and warns him to keep quiet before getting called away by a friend. Emma makes it into the facility by hiding on a food tray. She enters Sam's room, but he sees her immediately and traps her under a cup. He thinks she's just another hallucination. She tries to convince him she's real and that she's there to help, but he isn't buying it. He asks her a bunch of questions, and when she gets a few wrong, he's even more convinced she's a figment of his imagination. Meanwhile, back at the party, Marie realizes that Indira was only using her for PR, and she leaves the scene. Jordan, who has been taunting Marie, corners her, and Marie finally reveals the truth about her past. She tells him that she only found out about her powers when she got her first period, and she accidentally killed her parents. This leads to a powerful moment of shared pain between Marie and Cate, who also reveals a devastating secret from her past. The fundraiser is a backdrop for all these kids to finally open up to each other about the trauma they've been carrying. Back in the asylum, Sam finally agrees to let Emma help him after she reveals that his brother was the one who came up with the escape plan. Sam gives her the codes to the doors. Just then, an alarm goes off. Sam tells Emma to hide, and we see the guards come in and electrocute him. Emma, now tiny and filled with new resolve, jumps onto a guard, enters his ear, and forces him to fall to the ground. She escapes. But now 2 more guards are entering the room. The episode ends on a cliffhanger. Emma is alone in a dangerous facility. Sam is in trouble, and the students are finally realizing what's at stake. What will Emma do now? And will Andre be able to help? Drop your theories in the comments. Hit that like button. This episode dives straight into the aftermath of a daring escape. We find out exactly what happened after Sam, a powerful Supe with a secret, and Emma, his crush, vanished into the night. It seems they left a trail of chaos in their wake, which leads the sinister Dr. Cardoza and his partner, Indira, to piece together the clues. But how did they get out? A tiny shoe near a drain pipe gives Indira a chilling clue. Emma used her shrinking powers to help Sam escape. Meanwhile, our hero crew, Andre, Marie, Jordan, and Cate, are desperately trying to track Emma down. They follow her GPS, but all they find is a bloody tracker. What could have happened? They have no choice but to head back to campus and hope for the best. Wait, did you think that was all? Think again. This is where things get really wild. We catch up with Emma and Sam, who found a temporary hideout and nostalgic, abandoned drive-in movie theater. Sam is overjoyed and thanks Emma for saving him. He's so happy, in fact, that he wants to get his brother, Luke, to help them. This is when Emma has to break the devastating news. Luke is dead. This revelation sends Sam into a destructive spiral. He believes everyone he loves leaves him. It's a heartbreaking scene that shows just how vulnerable he is under all that power. Like, subscribe, and follow this channel for more great video recaps like this one. Also, be sure to hit that notification bell so you never miss an upload. The episode also introduces Tech Knight, a famous, morally questionable Supe detective who's been digging into the mystery of Golden Boy's death. He shows up at Indira's office and drops a bombshell. He thinks Luke killed himself to save his brother. Tech Knight wants to pin the blame on another student and warns Indira to keep her top 5 out of the investigation. He's suspicious of Indira and demands all of Golden Boy's personal data. But what is Indira hiding? The plot thickens when Andre finds out his own father knew about the woods and a secret facility where Sam and other Supes were kept. This revelation strains their relationship even further. Desperate for answers, Marie seeks help from a sketchy psychic named Rufus. But things go horribly wrong. Marie wakes up to find Rufus naked and her own memory of the event completely gone. Just then, Jordan walks in, and in a moment of panic, Marie uses her blood-bending powers to make Rufus's penis explode. It's definitely a shocking moment you won't forget anytime soon. Tech Knight interviews Andre and his dad, twisting their words to place the blame for Golden Boy's death on Andre, Jordan, and Cate. Andre storms off in a rage, cementing the idea that the top 5 are responsible. The media spotlight is now squarely on our young heroes. Later, Tech Knight hosts a lecture and uses it as an opportunity to grill Marie. He analyzes her every move and tells the class about her pupil dilation and heart rate increase, pointing to her lying about fighting Luke alone. Cornered, Marie confesses that Jordan helped her, much to Jordan's dismay. After class, Tech Knight threatens Indira, revealing he knows about Sam and threatens to expose her if she doesn't cooperate. Sam's mental state takes another turn for the worse when he starts having vivid hallucinations of a TV personality named Jason Ritter. The hallucinations push him to go after Dr. Cardoza, who he believes is a bad guy. Sam takes off, leaving Emma behind. Meanwhile, Andre, Cate, and Jordan try to deal with the public and personal fallout. Andre confronts his dad's statue, smashing its head, while Jordan and Marie finally have a moment of emotional honesty, leading to a passionate kiss. But their moment is interrupted when Emma bursts in, yelling that Sam is going after Dr. Cardoza. Our crew, still dealing with the chaos of the night, rush to Dr. Cardoza's house, where they find Sam threatening his family. A chaotic brawl erupts, with Sam attacking Andre, Marie, and Jordan. When Marie is about to use her blood powers, Emma saves them all by eating and growing to a massive size, holding Sam down. The episode ends with a tender moment between Jordan and Marie, who wake up together in bed, solidifying their bond. But with Sam still on the loose, the media spinning a false narrative, and Dr. Cardoza's secret facility still a looming threat. What will happen next? Don't miss the next episode to find out how our heroes deal with the aftermath. Drop your theories in the comments. Hit that like button. Gen V Episode 5 is wild, confusing, and full of betrayal. And trust me, by the end of this one, you won't know who to believe anymore. Let's break it down together. But before we dive in, Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss the next breakdown. We open with Andre and Cate passed out on a couch, only for Andre to wake up with some nasty slime dripping on his face. Gross, right? They follow it upstairs and realize they're inside Dusty's house. Things get even weirder when they walk into a room and find Jordan and Marie sleeping together. Cut to Marie. She finds Emma supersized and completely naked, lying in a pool. The gang regroups, but here's the kicker. None of them remember what happened the night before. Their memories? Completely gone. Emma later discovers video clips of last night. Turns out Marie and Jordan were making out, and Emma is trending online because someone posted a video of her giant-sized and nude. Then suddenly, Sam appears, thrilled to see them awake. But the others back away, confused, like they don't even know him. That's when Sam drops the bomb. Their memories have been erased. And according to him, the school is far more dangerous than they realize. Cate and the group compare stories and realize they've all suffered the same blackout. Marie brings up Sam's warning, and the name Rufus keeps coming up as a likely culprit. Meanwhile, Dr. Cardosa tries to quit after everything that happened, but Indira makes it clear he's not going anywhere. He wants Marie captured to test a virus against Supes, but Indira shuts him down for now. Back with the group, tensions rise. Andre storms off after hearing Rufus's name again, clearly on edge. Emma tries walking around campus, but is instantly recognized. Suddenly, she's a campus celebrity. Meanwhile, Jordan tries to assure Marie that their kiss doesn't have to be awkward. But then they spot Rufus talking to Indira, and the chase is on. What follows is chaotic. They corner him, only to find out it was a shapeshifter posing as Rufus. The real Rufus gets home, but Andre is already waiting for him. Andre locks the doors and presses for answers, but suddenly finds himself transported inside a fast food line. Proof that Rufus has been messing with their heads. Later that night, Marie notices something strange in her collarbone. She uses her blood powers to pop out a hidden tracker, meaning someone has been monitoring her. She rushes to tell Cate, but in a heartbreaking twist, Cate apologizes and erases her memory again. At the same time, Sam is having terrifying hallucinations of puppets and soldiers, brutally fighting them off before escaping into the night. Emma begins to believe Sam was telling the truth and heads to find him. Jordan notices the same strange injury on Marie's collarbone, but Marie doesn't even remember how she got it. The pieces don't add up. Something bigger is happening, and it all points to Indira. Things explode when Andre, Jordan, and Marie confront Rufus again. Andre nearly kills him, furious and betrayed, but just before he lands the final blow, Cate confesses the truth. She's the one who's been erasing their memories. Not Rufus. The group is stunned. Andre's heart shatters at the betrayal, and he walks away from Cate broken and angry. And that's where episode 5 leaves us. A twisted web of lies, erased memories, and a group of friends who can't even trust each other. Kate's secret is out. Sam is on the run, and Indira's plans are only getting darker. What do you think? Was Cate really protecting them or just protecting herself? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss episode 6 recap and breakdown. Trust me, things are only going to get crazier from here. Hey everyone, and welcome back. If you thought Gen V couldn't get any wilder, you were wrong. Episode 6, appropriately titled Jumanji, doesn't just push the boundaries. It shatters them. We finally got a look at what's been happening behind the scenes. And believe me, it's far more twisted than you could have ever imagined. Before we dive deep, do me a favor. If you're as obsessed with this show as I am, hit that like button and let's get into it. The episode picks up right where the last one left off, with Cate finally confessing to everyone that she's been manipulating their memories. Andre, understandably, is furious and suspicious. But before they can even process this bombshell, Cate suddenly freezes. She's having horrific hallucinations, visions of Marie and Jordan blaming her for everything she's done. Her body starts shutting down. Her pulse drops to nothing, and it looks like she's about to have a stroke. But Marie, ever the hero, jumps into action. Using her unique power, she stabilizes Cate's blood flow, saving her life. The crew, now completely shaken, moves her to a room to keep an eye on her. While this is happening, we get a quick glimpse into the dark side of Vaught's experiments. Dr. Cardoza and Indira are in the mysterious woods, where they are testing a soup-killing virus on a girl named Betsy. This is the first clue that everything happening at Godolkin is part of a much bigger, more terrifying plan. Back with the group, Cate suddenly wakes up and then vanishes. The walls of the room begin to crumble, and before they know it, the friends are swallowed up. They find themselves in a twisted, surreal version of Godolkin University. This isn't reality. They've just been sucked into the deepest, darkest corners of Cate's mind. It's a psychological minefield. They encounter a young Cate, her mother, and a haunting figure, Soldier Boy. That's right, the legendary hero from the boys' universe shows up. But he's not really there. He's a manifestation of Cate's subconscious, a guide through this mental maze. He warns them that if they don't find a way out, they'll all be trapped forever in a vegetative state. This whole journey through Cate's mind is a masterclass in revealing a character's backstory without a single flashback. We witness her most painful memories, her tragic childhood where her own mother tells her to keep her distance, the classroom where she meets Luke, Golden Boy, for the first time, and the traumatic incident that followed, her first visit to Brink's office, where he and Indira convince her that her powers are a gift, not a curse. Through these memories, we learn the heartbreaking truth. Cate has been a victim all along. She was groomed by Brink and Indira to use her powers to erase people's minds, start with her own brother's memory, and continuing with Luke's. What's a memory you wish you could just wipe away? Let me know in the comments below. As the crew navigates Cate's mental landscape, we check in on Emma and Sam. They're finally having a moment of genuine happiness and peace. They connect on a deep level, finding comfort in each other's vulnerability. Sam, still battling his terrifying hallucinations, expresses his fear that he's not good enough for her. But Emma reassures him that she wants to be with him. They decide to run away together. But Emma has a change of heart, insisting that they can find someone who can help them. Back in the woods, Dr. Cardoza has grim news for Indira. Betsy, the soup they were experimenting on, has died. Instead of being upset, Indira is thrilled. This means the virus is working. She doesn't just want a cure for soups. She wants to make this lethal virus contagious. In a final act of desperation, the friends confront Cate one last time inside her mind. They find themselves in her old childhood bathroom, a place filled with pain and trauma. They finally convince her to stop running and face reality with them. When they all wake up, a new danger emerges. Sam and Emma walk into the room, and Sam immediately recognizes Cate. He sees her for what she's done to him, the lies, the manipulation, and he attacks her. Emma has to step in and try to calm him down, pleading for him to trust her. The friends question Cate about the woods, but she claims she has very little knowledge of what's happening there. The final scene confirms our worst fears. Indira orders Dr. Cardoza to make the soup virus contagious. The plan isn't to control soups, it's to wipe them out. What a ride! This episode revealed some serious secrets and set the stage for an explosive finale. What do you think Indira's end goal is with this virus? And will our heroes be able to stop her? Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss our recap of the finale. So what's Gen V really about? It's about a system that takes traumatized kids with incredible power and either molds them into perfect weapons or discards them entirely. Marie killed her parents by accident and spent 8 years trying to become worthy of redemption. Luke was a perfect student, and it literally burned him alive from the inside. The real horror isn't the blood explosions or ripped-off arms. It's realizing that Godolkin University doesn't create heroes. It creates broken people in costumes. And when they can't handle the pressure, the system lets them destroy themselves. What happened to Luke's brother Sam? What are those woods? And can Marie survive in a place designed to break people like her? Drop your theories in the comments. Hit that like button. Let's dive into the crazy world of Gen V. This episode is a wild ride, and the ending will leave your jaw on the floor. Get ready for some major twists and turns. We pick up right where we left off, with Andre getting a terrifying wake-up call. His dad, the famous Supe Polarity, is on a live TV interview when he suddenly has a seizure and collapses. It's a gut-wrenching scene, and you can see the panic on Andre's face as he rushes to his dad's side. Meanwhile, a deeply unwell Dean Indira is trying to rally the other Supes, but something is off. She's sick, she's erratic, and she's not making any sense. It's clear that something from the woods has affected her in a big way. She's pushing for Dr. Cardoza to make the virus airborne. Cate overhears everything, her mind-reading abilities now in overdrive. She tries to warn the others, but they're still mad at her for what happened with Marie. Jordan storms out, with Marie hot on their heels, and they decide they have to do something. Marie and Jordan team up and sneak into Dean and Indira's room. They're looking for anything, any clue about what's going on. They find a shocking newspaper article about a plane crash that killed her family. You can feel the weight of this discovery. It's a moment of empathy mixed with dread. Just then, they hear a noise. Dr. Cardoza stumbles in, drunk and ranting about Indira's horrifying plan. It's a close call, and they narrowly avoid getting caught, but they get the information they need. Across campus, Emma is doing a panic cleanup. She's getting rid of all of Sam's stuff, trying to erase any evidence of his escape from the woods. She warns him to stay put, but let's be real, Sam is a loose cannon. He's already peeking out the window, and when he sees some students having fun, he can't resist. They invite him to a party, promising Emma will be there. It's a classic move, and you know it's going to lead to trouble. Like what you're hearing so far, hit that like button and subscribe to stay up to date on all things the boys universe. Back on the TV, the broadcast has shifted. Victoria Newman is now on air, trying to talk about peace between Supes and humans. Marie and Jordan arrive to meet her, but the place is a madhouse. The crowd is angry and security is everywhere. Jordan creates a distraction, a cool showcase of their powers, to get Marie inside. Marie finally gets a moment with Victoria, and it's a mind-blowing scene. Victoria reveals she has the same blood-bending powers as Marie. It's an instant bond, a powerful connection between two people who understand each other's unique abilities. Marie tries to tell Victoria about the virus, but Victoria tells her to drop it, to focus on making it to the top 7 instead. It's a tempting offer, a way out of the danger, but Marie is too principled to walk away. Polarity has another seizure, and it's a terrifying moment of uncontrolled power. It causes massive damage, showing just how dangerous the illness is. Meanwhile, Emma finds Sam in the middle of the chaos and pulls him to safety. And just as you think things are settling down, we get to the core of the episode. Cate and Indira are at Indira's house. Cate takes off her gloves and reveals she hasn't been taking her pills. The pills, she says, don't help her, they just dull her mind. It's a jaw-dropping revelation. Indira tries to play the caring mentor, promising they'll leave together, that she loves her. But Cate has finally had enough. She uses her powers to make Indira admit the truth. Indira reveals her plan, to use the virus to wipe out all the Supes. It's a shocking, hateful plan born from her grief and hatred. And in a moment of utter horror, Cate makes Indira take a knife and slit her own throat. Cate uses her powers to stop Marie from helping, from even trying to save her. This is the moment of no return. Do you think Cate was right to kill Indira? Let me know in the comments below. The episode's ending is pure, shocking genius. We cut to a meeting between Victoria Newman and Dr. Cardoza. She takes the virus from him, but instead of thanking him, she uses her powers to make his head explode. Just like that, the only person who knows how to make the virus is gone. The episode ends with Victoria calmly walking away, leaving you to wonder, what does she plan to do with the virus? And who is she really working for? What do you think is going to happen next? Will Marie and her friends be able to stop Victoria? And what's going to happen to Cate? Let me know your predictions in the comments. Episode 8 of Gen V kicks off with absolute chaos. Dean Shetty is dead, and the students are left in shock. While everyone is trying to process what just happened, Cate steps up, and this time, she's not just listening to people's thoughts. She's controlling the game. Sam takes her side, and together, they head straight for the woods to set the prisoners free. Emma, Jordan, and Marie try to stop them, but things spiral out of control fast. Before we go deeper, don't forget to hit that subscribe button if you love breakdowns like this. Trust me, this episode is packed with twists you don't want to miss. Meanwhile, Andre learns something heartbreaking. Every time his dad, Polarity, uses his powers, his brain suffers irreversible damage. It's a ticking time bomb. Polarity, though, brushes it off, telling Andre to just step into his shoes. But Andre knows the truth. The cost of being a hero is eating his father alive. Over at Godolkin, Ashley and the Vought board meet to decide who's worthy of joining the 7. But their little business meeting gets cut short because Cate and Sam storm the woods. Sam kills a guard without hesitation, and Cate manipulates another to unlock the cells. Just like that, the dangerous Supes locked away in the woods are unleashed. But here's the twist. Sam starts hallucinating his brother, Luke, who begs him to stop following Cate's orders. The problem? Sam is too far gone. He can't tell what's real anymore. Quick question for you. Do you think Sam was ever truly in control, or was he just broken from the start? Drop your thoughts in the comments. The freed Supes flood the campus, killing humans left and right. Jordan, Marie, and Emma arrive too late. The damage is already done. Things get even darker when Cate forces campus security to live stream the massacre and then makes one guard kill himself live on camera. Vaught's board can't look away. They're literally watching their empire bleed in real time. Tension explodes in the classroom when Sam chokes out Professor Burke. Emma barely stops him, but when she begs him to come back, Sam pushes her away, calling her selfish. Their bond shatters in an instant. Meanwhile, Marie triggers a lockdown and sonic weapons blast through the speakers to cripple the rampaging Supes. But the chaos doesn't stop there. Homelander is called in. On the battlefield, it's all-out war. Marie takes down a Supe Madare, Jordan fights for their life, and Andre tries one last time to convince Cate to stop. For a second, it looks like she might listen, until Sam jumps in, beating Andre to the ground. Marie confronts Cate directly, but when Cate threatens Jordan, Marie panics and literally makes Cate's hand explode. Just then, Homelander arrives, and instead of praising Marie for saving lives, he calls her a traitor for attacking her own kind, then blasts her with his laser eyes. If you're still watching, smash that like button, because things are only getting crazier from here. The media spins the story upside down. Vought frames Marie, Jordan, Andre, and Emma as the villain behind the attack. And Cate and Sam, they're painted as the heroes. The propaganda machine is in full swing. The final moments are chilling. Marie wakes up locked in a strange, doorless room with Jordan, Andre, and Emma, prisoners in Vaught's game. Meanwhile, Billy Butcher himself shows up at the woods, setting the stage for the boys' crossover. Episode 8 doesn't just end the season. It flips the whole world of the boys on its head. So, what did you think? Was Cate right for unleashing the Supes, or did she go too far? And what does Butcher's appearance mean for Season 2? Let me know your theories below. And don't forget, subscribe for more epic recaps, breakdowns, and hidden detail videos.